Hi, today's devotional topic is on the question of abortion. And the question that was asked us to treat was, what does the Bible say about abortion? And the short answer is the Bible doesn't say anything specifically about the word abortion. But then again, the Bible doesn't say anything specifically about things like computer hacking, or for insider trading, or for even the word Trinity. All of those concepts, however, can be dealt with as we deduce the Bible's teaching. And I would argue you can say the same thing about abortion. You can deduce that the Bible is opposed to the idea of abortion simply because God is the author of life. And anytime we, as human beings, enter into a situation to end life, we are taking on the role of God, and that is unbiblical. But I do think there are at least three places that we can look at briefly today that'll kind of help to undergird that position. The first one would be in Ephesians chapter 1, verse 4, which said, God chose us in him before the foundation of the world. So even before we were an idea, let alone conceived, we were considered by God to be full and human and designed and determined to exist. So even before we became physical entities in any form, God knew us. God was aware of us and called us into being. And then I think we can look at Psalms, the book of Psalms, excuse me. Let me turn there real quickly. Psalm 139, and we can look at verses 13 and 14 to get kind of a better sense of what's going on inside the womb. So David writes in Psalm 139, starting at verse 13, For you formed my inward parts, you knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. So even in the womb, we are referred to in the personal sense. You. God knew me. So the text does not say God knew what I would become. The text says you knew me. So everything that's going on inside of the woman is personal, related to personhood. And it seems to me that that is evidence that that which happens within a woman's womb clearly is indicated to be human. And so that we should be careful about how we treat that life. And in the book of Exodus, we learn a little bit more specifically about how to treat that life inside of a mother's womb. One of the classic texts to treat abortion is from Exodus chapter 21, verses 22 to 25. And the text reads this: When men strive together and hit a pregnant woman so that her children come out, but there is no harm, the one who hit her shall be fined, as the woman's husband shall impose on him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. But if there is harm, then you shall pay life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burn for burn, wound for wound, stripe for stripe. So in the ESV's translation of that text, it is clear that the children that come out are considered to be fully human. So if a child comes out of a woman and is killed, dies as a result of the struggling between the two men, then that life is to be paid for with another life. So God is making it clear that that child in the womb is considered a human being, valued at the same level as human life. Now I have to say there are other translations of that passage which seem to indicate that when the children come out, that there is this miscarriage. And if it's actually a miscarriage, then this whole passage refers to the woman as the one being harmed. So that's if she is killed, then another man's life should be taken in compensation for that. So there is some debate on that particular passage, and the Hebrew is not real clear. Basically what the Hebrew says is when the children come out. And so how one interprets that is very important. I think the clearest way of understanding that is that the child is referred to on par as a human life. Therefore, I think we should take stock in what the text has to say, and I think as Christians, we are most firmly grounded in the belief that abortion is wrong and not something that God supports, and that we should care for life at all levels for His glory. Thank you, and God bless you.